What's good, y'all? I'm back with another video, and today we're going to be breaking down one of the only indicators that you'll really need. Also, I will be lowering my mentorship until Friday, so there are spots open. So if you guys would like to join the mentorship or just be a part of the community, there's a link down below in the description to the Discord, as well as there will be a link down below to my mentorship as well. My live trading group, I did officially close it, so I will not be opening back up my live trading group anytime soon, but there's still access to my mentorship. Like I said, there will be unlimited calls, so you can request as many calls as you want, mainly around one call per week. All right, so now that I got this out of the way, I'm going to basically explain how this indicator works. There's two indicators. There's going to be the premium, and then there's going to be the standard. The standard will initially give you only one signal. The premium will give you two signals. Now you choose whichever signal you want. You can have them both on, but I feel like it's going to be a little bit confusing when you're trying to have them both on, trying to look at which one to use. For instance, if I have the premium and I'm trying to use both signals, then initially your chart is going to look like this, right? You're going to have two buy and sell signals, right? Or you're going to have two lines on your screen, right? It's gonna get a little bit confusing when the chart starts to jumble up like this, right? You're gonna have two buy and sell signals, boom, boom, boom. You don't want that, right? You want to see one buy, one sell signal. If the market is playing out well, then you could have them both on, or you can look to see. I would recommend just having two separate charts. So splitting it up, you would turn one on one off on the other. So you would just turn two on, right? This is gonna basically have you see two different signals, right? I recommend using the 15-minute time frame, right? With this indicator, you can also change the time frame of the EMAs. Now, what I specifically mean by that is you're going to be able to go to the 3 EMA. You can change whichever one you want. I just have the 3 EMA as this one, but you can basically change the time frame, right? So if you are a type of person and you want to use a specific time frame for the EMAs, I like using the 5-minute EMAs. So I'll put on the 5-minute and I'll use the 200, right? Initially, if I use the 15-minute, you can see how that changes, right? You see how it moves down, and then you use the 30-minute. It's gonna move down a little bit further, right? It's gonna just move down according to where the EMA is on that specific time frame. So you don't have to switch to a different time frame to see the EMAs. You can use the 50, the 9, the whatever time frame you do plan on or whatever EMAs you do plan on using. You can use these with whatever time frame you want. So like I said, I use the 5, at least with the strategy I trade. I recommend the 5. Now, if I enable these, right? If I enable 1, 2, and 3, there will be 2 more EMAs. So there will be the 100 and the 50 EMAs. Now, this is what the 100 and the 50 EMAs look like on the 5-minute time frame. So the highest time frame you're going to be able to go with this is going to be the 15-minute time frame. Anything past the 15-minute will not basically pop up a signal, right? So you will only be able to use this on the 15-minute time frame or below. Right now, I recommend using the indicator on the 15-minute time frame. Now, I would always go against only using an indicator for your trades. You can use an indicator as confluence. You can use an indicator as direction. So this indicator just gives direction basically off of a strategy that I have previously traded. I was just able to get somebody to code it around that specific strategy, right? All right, so this indicator works on everything, including forex pairs. When the market consolidates, it's never really that good for the indicator, because that's how most indicators are. The indicators never are good when there's a consolidating market. Now, the only thing about forex pairs is that the first signal is the best signal. So the premium signal, the first range will always be the better range. So the first signal will always work the best, right? When it comes to forex pairs, in my experience and what I've been seeing, the first signal, as you can see, it works the best, right? Now, in this case, boom, you take a buy to the upside, you take a buy to the upside, take a sell to the downside, take a buy to the upside, The best thing to do when it comes to forex pairs is trade in the direction. So if the EMAs are in bias of buys, do not take sells. Now this indicator is initially meant for futures. So it's meant for NAS, it's meant for US 30. That is what it's meant for. All right, so risk management with this indicator, right? If you're planning on using the indicator, I recommend trading 0.5% per trade, right? If you're trading 0.5% per trade, let's say you have a 50K top step account, you're only risking $250 per trade, right? So you have the breathing room. So let's say you take 2 losses one day, right? And I recommend only trading one pair. So for instance, if you take a buy on US 30 and you lose, right? And then price initially, you see something to where, okay, you have a level break, boom, 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 and you see that the buy is coming up, right? And you take that buy, and let's say you win the buy. Well, now you just came up from that loss, possibly going for a 1 to 3 trade, 1 to 2 trade, whatever you do, aim for 1 to 3, 1 to 2, 1 to 4s, right? Now it realistically depends on how the market is, because you can easily a lot of times get 1 to 4s, 1 to 5s, 1 to 6s. Like for here, let's say you took the breakout here, you put your stop loss there, you could hit a 1 to 3, right? Pretty close to hitting a 1 to 4, right? Also the zones will be on your side. I recommend looking at these zones and using these zones, because these are supply and demand levels. These are levels that I would use personally myself. That's why I personally use this indicator as well, right? People have indicators and they don't use them, right? I use these indicators. You mark out these levels, and all you want to do is when you mark them, just drag them over and mark out the best ones, because sometimes you'll see 2. In that case, combine them. When you see 2 levels combined together right next to each other, just combine them, right? Mark out the levels. You see how this one has these levels here? Boom, mark them out. So now you have supply and demand levels right there. You can actually mark out this one too, and you have them right there at your disposal, right? And if you look at today, you go back, what did price do, right? Price is here. You have a level right there. You can see, you just pull it over, like I said. And once you do that, you can click and disable. Now, the support or resistance only comes with the premium indicator, right? So you see price go down, hits the resistance. What resistance did it hit? Right there. So you can see where it rejected. All right, boom, right? So if you look at here, you see that we have a resistance level here, right? Where is the resistance that we marked out, right? If you turn this on, these are the levels that we're looking at. So look at, turn that back on. You'll see the resistance level here. So like I said, you'll draw it out and drag it over, right? So now you see the levels that we're looking at. We got a level right here. We got a level right here. We got levels up here, right? Now just play price out. Boom, boom, boom. You see it hits the lows, starts making its way back up. So now that sell right here is the sell that you take, right? Because now you get a pullback, break, pullback, upwards move. You get a 1 to 2 trade. Now you could possibly aim for a 1 to 3. Let's see if price went up and hit it. Not yet, right? Price is initially right here at the moment, possibly going to go up. It's consolidating at the moment, but you can see the market isn't really in the best conditions right now. Same as yesterday. Let's go back to the forex pairs. I think even yesterday, right? You could have caught a move. If your stop loss was below, then this trade would have went to TP, right? If your stop loss was below that level. Now it looks like it came all the way down to literally just tap that level and go up. So that's kind of crazy. All right, I'm gonna go over how the indicator been performing recently on some of these pairs. So we had a trend line here. Price today performed really well. We got a great sell to the downside, right? Yesterday, good buy to the upside. Monday, good buy to the upside. The day before, we'll actually go to the 5-minute because the 15-minute, because I use the 15-minute on these. So we'll go to there. So right there, we got the first sell, which was here. I personally would not have taken this trade just because we were at the resistance here. And even though we're on a downtrend, we still have like a trend line forming. So I would have wanted to see price go upwards, right? Initially, that's what happened. That was that bullish engulfing. I would have just taken the bullish engulfing itself, or one of these candles to the upside, right? In this case is another trend line. So you would discard those buys and take the sells again. You can see here, price gives a good buy. Price gives a good sell. Price gives a good sell. Price gives a good buy. So the indicator is initially, there's going to be wins, there's going to be losses, but you have to be consistent with what you're trading. So you have to be consistent with the pair you're trading. You have to be consistent with what signal you choose. If you have the premium, sometimes that second signal might work better, right? So you could use them simultaneously. Yes, like here, you see that the buy and sell signal is here, so you take the buy to the upside. Here, this one would be a sell signal that you could catch, but you would have gotten taken out right around 1 p.m. This one would have gave you a decent buy. You could have hit a 1 to 2 with this one. This one, price consolidated. Let me take off this. When we go to today, you could have caught in the sell to the downside, right? This, you could have caught the buy to the upside. You could have caught the buy again to the upside. So it's just different. In this case, you would have been able to catch this buy right here, boom, to the upside. You probably would have put your stop loss a little bit lower. But when it comes to the signal you're using, whether it's a 1 or 2, you just have to figure out which one you want to use through back testing. All right, y'all, this is going to be the end of this video. If you guys are interested in getting this indicator, it will be down in the link in the description, as well as my mentorship will also be down in the description, Discord as well. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video.